Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Eagles post university stream. I'm HD Philly B, and I will be your guide through tonight's matchup. We have post university, of course, versus Long Island University, a Group 1 match. This is week 7 of the ECAC, and of course, this is Overwatch 2. We've got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, though, folks, the Post U Eagles have been soaring above the competition and are currently in the top 10 out of 48 teams in the entire division in the ECAC. Currently sitting at 5-1, the Eagles look to keep their top spot and their win streak alive to remain in the top 10. Their opponents, though, the Long Island Sharks, have had a rough go in this very embattled group, sitting at 0-6 on the season, but they are looking to put up a fight, maybe earn some maps, and potentially even the upset. So we'll take a look at our league table here. As you can see where Post University is at group number 1 with that 5-1 record. They're going to be looking at Juentia, their Overwatch 2 team. They've been battling it out to kind of keep those spots, but we have qualified for the playoffs, which will start in a few weeks. So that is always good, but the more wins you have, the better outlook it is for you in terms of seeding and your matchups and things of that nature. So always want to take a look at that and where the university stands. Now we have our roster here tonight. A lot of folks that you know, like Multikill, they'll be on the tank. Crystal, she'll be on the DPS. Morton, he's on DPS as well. Mountain Drew, that's a great name on the support. King Jackson support. And then we also have Paizy. She was in the starting lineup to start as Captain Frost, was kind of allowing people to move in and out. Speedy Rogue also I saw in the server as well. So lots of names that you know and love, and Neotoxin just to round it out, and JoJo as well. So plenty of folks here for the Eagles to rotate through to keep their opponents guessing. In the ECAC, there are no bans. I know we see that in the Overwatch Champion Series, right? We see that in maybe some other leagues if you watch the CGL or the BPL, etc. But not here in the ECAC. I know there's acronyms galore, but no bans. We are playing with perks, however, so I'm curious to see how our competitors mix and match everything as they go through it. We are going into the stream now. There we go. Just confirming that we are on the whitelist as well. The chat is there, but I will lower that for now. It is control to start. We'll move to hybrid and then push and then flashpoint and then escort should we need it. This is a best of 5, first to 3, however you want to slice it. You can see that it's in the upper left-hand corner of the screen there, just in case, and I will be updating the scores for you as we move along. We're heading right into it. We are on a little bit of delay as well. I know it says ECAC Week 4 up there at the top. I will switch that, but I'd rather capture the action first and foremost. And I'll change that when we get a little bit of an intermission. So we have both of our teams assembling their heroes. Multikill, like we mentioned at the top of the show, will be on the tank. Malga has been an incredibly impactful hero to start on these control points. I mean, with that double heart passive, they just can tick up the control percentage just that much more quickly. And of course, they're just a beefy boy, right? They're just going to take up so much space, put out a lot of damage, force out a lot of cooldowns. So just a great tank overall. But looks like we'll have some Rhine duels. The Rhine games have commenced. The volume might be a little low. Let me see if I can increase that for you. Here, put up the master volume as well as the music volume, my friend. All right. So Crystal on the Symmetra. Could just be a teleport start, but no, looks like they will be going with both of the builders here to start, both the Torbjorn and the Symmetra, and now the teleporter onto the point so they can set up quickly here. It's going to be really hard for the Long Island Sharks to aggress into this one. Multikill taking some space here, but right into the hammer of Insomniac. Takes a couple swings to the face. A nice wall there to block off the retreat of Multikill, but they're able to get back to safety just in time. Dangerously low they go, but the torpedoes clean from Paizy. The point now in the way of the Eagles. This is exactly how they want to start. Insomniac having really much trouble trying to get onto the point in face of this Symmetra. That turret is just beaming, and there's Multikill. Opens up the killing with one, but a fire strike from downtown. Insomniac puts Paizy to sleep. These biotic grenades from Beans are just doing the work. The cans are being opened here. Once again, Multikill walled off. Has to be careful. No teleporter from them. And there it is. Finished off by Insomniac. Finally, he gets a purchase on the point, but only in the waiting arms of the buzzing burner. Crystal does get shattered there this time, but a good 35% here for the Eagles, off to a really good start.
I will not lose focus.
All right. I appreciate that, Odium. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you. Keep it up in the chat. I was testing this out beforehand, but, you know, you never know as the action commences. A lot of check marks are now on the board for either side. So this is going to be a dangerous situation. Let's see how each team decides to attack and defend. A lot of good shots here from the side of Crystal. Now the Kinsone is guiding us here from Mountain Drew. Nicely angled onto the point, but a massive shatter dodged here by Crystal. Can't put down the photon barrier just yet. Insomniac with the nano boost upon them, swinging through and getting a home run hit after home run hit. Only one ultimate expended here for the side of the Eagles, so that's okay, but a ton invested to hold on to the point for the side of the Sharks. Taking a little bit roundabout way here is, or are the Eagles rather, and it's Mountain Drew, the kunai to the face, the noggin of Sphinx G. They go down, but the multi-kill might be going down shortly with them, but the heals are strong here from Mountain Dew. He's taking a big gulp of that Baja Blast. Keeps his team alive, and Modrin murdering folks out here on Lijiang Tower. And a quick flip for the side of the Eagles. They're going to be holding on to this one. Didn't even have to spend an ultimate to do it. Just strictly won that fight in the neutral. Well done from them. I'm a support player myself, so forgive me if there's a little bit of bias on where I keep my camera angle. But we'll take a look at Multi-Kel. Does have the Annihilation online. The rotation comes through, a wall off there, but the Photon Barrier to keep Crystal alive themselves. The Molten Core immediately down to block off the path. There's no way to enter this point. There's barriers and goo everywhere. The Annihilation still on the board for the side of the Eagles. The support ults to boot. The economics from the side of the Eagles extremely good right now, being able to rotate through those ultimates effectively, but they have to watch out for the shatter. It's a free shatter here for Insomniac if the barrier is down for the side of Multi-Kill, and he puts it down perfectly right in the nick of time, as well as the Annihilation slept immediately, but it still gets activated. Those nanobots are everywhere, nomming up every piece of skin they can, and the punches, the pummels are good, keeping Multi-Kill alive, and he gets a multi-kill there in overtime to cap the point and keep it in the Eagles' favors. They take round number 1. Odium, you'll be my eye in the sky here. Let me know if the audio is good. Have to see if it's a little too low on the sound, a little too low on the mic. It's a waiting game. Unfortunately, I have a degree in business, not a degree in audio engineering. But we all have a degree in Overwatch here, as we are seeing the Eagles do extremely well with their ult economy. There's that teleport start that I wanted to see first and foremost. We'll take a little peek at what Crystal, who is now on the Torbjorn, will be doing. Torbjorn has really come into the meta even before the perks were introduced, but even more so afterwards, being able to overload and get a lot of those reloads and extra ammos online. Insomniac goes really, really low as they charged in. The healing is clutch to keep them alive, but all the space now given up here. And there they go. Insomniac just pummeled to death from the side of Multi-Kel. And the Crystal going overloading on the opposition. They go tumbling down. The Sharks cannot maneuver onto the point, and it is cap first here from the side of the Eagles. Thank you, Odium. That gives me some confidence, brother. I appreciate that. For folks who don't know, I do have vast casting Overwatch experience, been casting it for many, many years, but just as the caster, not really always this producer or the observer. So trying my hand at it here today for Post University, and Snowy Dragon trying their hand at finding elimination, and they do to open up the kill feed here. Crystal, though, trying to be the raid boss we know Torbjorn can be, but takes an icicle to the noggin, and they go tumbling down. This is the pick that they need to gain that space. Insomniac, oh, excuse me, he was dead. Insomniac now swinging the hammer. The Annihilation popped here from Multi-Kel, and he gets shattered right in the face. A charge as well to clean him up and splatter him against the wall. This is actually good for the side of the Eagles, having the Shatter invested because we know how much of a game-changing ultimate that can be. So using it when the fight was kind of already lost here for the side of Post, I mean, you'll take that every day. Multi-Kel, you kind of want to keep that Annihilation back, but if you invest it to force out the Shatter, then maybe you take that trade every day of the week. Insomniac, once again, going really low. We'll turn the tables here. Look at Modron, finds a nice off angle and takes down Sphinx. Bean's doing really, really well. Modron, I want to keep my eyes on them because they have the Death Blossom online now. Do they decide to let it fly? They sniff out a rodent here in the backline, but it's Insomniac who's been left to his own devices, and he gets a torpedo to the chest. No Crusader, no armor in the league will keep you up after that one. And even after a short take here from the side of the Sharks, the Eagles snatch him out of the water and they take it back. Especially with so many check marks online, folk. This is going to be pretty brutal for the Sharks to work through. They don't have that Shatter, that crucial ultimate, but the Blizzard could be their saving grace. The charge right into Crystal, the wall combination as well, but that did section him off just for now. The orbital ray, excuse me, to try to keep Multi-Kel alive, but it was angled off just a little bit to the side, but it doesn't even matter. Modron just shot after shot connecting. Still waiting for that Death Blossom to go, but they might retreat for now. Here are the Eagles, just to regroup for a second. If they give it up, that's okay, because look at that. The Coalescent is expended for nothing. The rotation already came through. Unfortunately, Crystal did go down off the back of that rotation, not able to group up well into a flock are the Eagles. Modron taking another flank, but for now, we'll take a look at Multi-Kel to see what they do against the giant Thor hammer of Insomniac. He goes right by him. The Earth Shatter, huge. The counter Annihilation has to be popped here to keep the rest of his team alive. And there it is, Modron in the backline. A quadruple kill for the Reaper. Can he finish it off and make it a penta, please, for the stream? No, Mountain Drew sucks up the final kill. A team kill, though, for the Eagles, and they flip it back. I'm seeing a spider turret in the top of your screen, folks. And, oh, Mountain Drew again gets sniped, but it doesn't even matter because they didn't take the time to get to the point. And it is Post U who win map number 1. And there it is. We may not have caught it on the stream, but we get it in the replay, which is maybe even a better angle. Oh, but Mountain Drew doing a diabolical work there and stealing the penta away from Modron. They're going to have some words after that. But a really good round here for the Eagles. I mean, winning fights in the neutral, not even having to expend ultimates. That is the key sometimes in Overwatch. Whereas on the opposite side, yes, Long Island University, they were winning some fights, but they had to drop a bomb to do it. 3 or 4 ultimates invested in some of those fights. And on control, it's all about that ult economy. You have to be able to toggle it effectively to keep control of the point. Now, because Long Island University has lost that first map, they get to choose the next map, right? And then from there, then Post U will get to decide what side they want to be on. Do they want to be on the defense or do they want to be on the attack? We will be going to hybrid next. One of my favorite map types, right? There's King's Row, there's Numbani, etc. We'll see if they go King's Row. I was about to say the tried and true map for every Overwatch team. I mean, this is the one that folks have figured out how to play their best defense. Bobby the Great, Outrage Boss Storm. Yeah, man, when he gets fired up, he's ready to rumble. Actually, I should be able to adjust the scoreboard here as well. I feel like I'm the guy that's, there we go, week 7. I'm pressing all the 1s and 2s in the background here for you folks as well. Let's see if we have any substitutes, and it looks like we will have Speedy Rogue come in for the side of Paizy. Paizy did a really good job there got caught out a few times, but that was kind of the linchpin or the tactic there from the side of Long Island University, going for some of those backliners. So yeah, a couple fire strikes. One of those earth shatters connected, broke the bones of the poor Juno there. But that's okay. Speedy Rogue jumping into the fray. Maybe they have something cooked up here for Kings Row that Speedy is the specialist at. Snowy Dragoon, captain of the squad for the Sharks. They're in Long Island, readying it up. Ooh, Multi-Kel. I hope they go on. The Winston. It's one of my favorite tanks in the game. I was curious to see if they were going to go for it. So we take a little bit of a view of the map we all know and love, Kings Row. Bobby the Great, don't get me started. I will sing the Spider Turret song. Denny's been hyping me up for this this match and to be part of the post community. So on my debut, if I've got to do it, I will.
Just a few ghosts I'm laying to rest. It's nothing to worry about.
I always worry.
So on the defense here is Post, and I like that. I if it was me, I'd rather be on the defense first, so that way I can see what's my goal, right? How well can I hold the opposition, so that when I'm on attack, you know, I know the distance I need to run. Right now, is it Mo Ryden? It's probably Mo Ryden. I'm sorry, I was saying that. It's Mo Ryden. Or Mo Ridden. He's setting up for a sneaky play here. He knows that as soon as the Rhine goes, the wall comes up, and Insomniac is separated from the rest of his team. Can they finish him? Unfortunately not, but I like the play, and I like the idea. Torbjorn fired up once again, laying in those shots from all the way in the back line. He's taken that Bastion all the way down. Crystal, though, or that is Crystal on the Torbjorn, excuse me. Their turret goes down. Let's see if we can take a look at the front line here. Multi-Kel giving up a little bit of space here just for now. They have to be careful of that Bastion. As soon as he goes into the turret form, they're gonna get blasted into, and there it goes, but maybe a little bit too late as they can focus him. Doesn't even need the charge as the team finishes off the support just with the tails between their legs, have to run all the way back to the spawn. Incredibly good focus fire there from the side of the Eagles. That's exactly what you want to do. I mean, as soon as you see a Bastion, everybody has to focus him. That's the easiest way to take him down, right? It's not like we need to switch tank, we need to do this, whatever. Just focus him. Focus him. There's not much you can do until he gets that level 3 perk with the self-heal. Then maybe it's a little bit tougher. For now, the Rhine game still commencing here. Who will drop the shield first? Who will allow the Shouter to come through right now? Multi-Kel really close to it. And you can see Crystal and Moraiden focusing that Bastion down, not letting him even a lick of space. Insomniac cannot buy a piece of land to save his life. The charges come through, they connect and clatter into each other. The purple, though, is clean from the side of Beans, and the Coalescence to follow it up from Rodent. He's gnawing at the bit. Oh, I keep forgetting to change the angle here. And the defense cracked open from the side of Post off the back of a really nice purple grenade from the side of Mr. Beans. I don't think a recontest can come in here for the Eagles, unfortunately. But that's okay. A couple of minutes taken off the clock here. Now we enter the streets phase of our beloved Kings Row. Both shatters online for each of these squads. Though Post does have both support alts, so should they need it, a nano boost can come through to save a team member. As long as the Anna doesn't get shattered, she has to be careful. We know how aggressive Insomniac can be. He's going to want to use it now that he's nano boost. The goo does get dropped down to kind of stave off any advance, but immediately Crystal goes into the grave. Oh, the shatter just to keep the shield up, and the charge comes through to squish two. Multi-kill with a multi-kill. And off the back of that, so much space created. 3 go down. Almost make it 4, but Snowy Dragoon a little wary to the danger. A good hold there. 3 ultimates invested, but still Insomniac has their Shatter online, folks, and this is what we're going to want to look at and want to see. I want to see from their perspective how they handle this situation. How are they going to take some space? There's the artillery strike, allowing Insomniac to move forward upon his opponents. He goes for the Mjolnir down, and he connects onto 3. The orbital ray not speedy enough there from Mountain Drew. Excuse me, as we turn the tables. Multikel sacrifices their life, but the fight won from the side of Post. They turn it around off the back of the orbital ray. Blizzard has tried everything that they can to keep that ultimate from being impactful, but it is just too dang good. The damage, the healing, just keeps everybody in the fight. The Blizzard now, the next tool in the bank here. Mo Raiden has to stay alive here. More Ilden? It's more Ilden. Thank you, Odium. More Ilden finally unleashes the Blizzard. Little snowball taking their time out here. He's able to lock up Insomniac. He's going to be put to rest. Well done there for more Ilden. More Hilden? Turn the tables here for Post. Let's get a perspective of their opponents, the Sharks, as they wind their way into this chokehold. 2 minutes and 30 seconds have already been ticked away from them. The nano boost is online for Mr. Beans. They don't let it fly this time, and it's Multikel who gets it again. He's going to be popped into a corner, though. We're following him up there. Another magnificent charge, a heroic charge from them. They're staying on by a hope and a dream, a string to keep them in this fight, and the heals come through. Coordinated efforts from the side of Mountain Drew and Speedy Rogue. A snowy Dragoon, rather, with a parting shot, takes out Mountain Drew. This time, Multikel holds strong once again, but Rodent with the Coalescent will cut through the shield. Cut down to size, though, by the back of that. Earth shattered the artillery strike, though, to stave off any advance. And it is kill feed being littered up here from both sides. Multikel, though, taking a brunt of the damage, holding strong, and he doesn't even care about the Bastion. They've seen that war back in Germany, and the Reinhardt will win every time. Insomniac, every time he drops the shield, getting painted in purple. That's exactly the tactic you have to have when playing Ana in the backline against such a hero. The speed ring does come out to allow Multikel to retreat. They're using it again. Oh, excuse me. Ana already with the tier 3 online. The orbital ray expended here as well. Everything they can do to facilitate Multikel. And they are just running right through. A triple kill again. The hammer just too mighty for the side of the Post Eagles. Oh my goodness. The cherry on top. 20 seconds here. The dun-dun-dun of doom now has reigned upon the battlefield. The Sharks shaking a little bit. Only an overclock to save them, but against a Molten Core, against a Blizzard, against the Earth Shatter, can they make their way through this artillery? A nice pick there on the Speedy Rogue. The overclock now comes through. The Blizzard immediately down to lock people in space, to put up the Shatter as well. It's a flurry of ultimates, the charge to create more space and lock somebody down. Multikel, just so much faith in his backline. The wall to keep Sphinx G away. And a sacrificial charge just to stave off the advance once more. Round 1 complete. And Post hold here on the Streets phase. Once again, really well done from Post University. Cycling those ults to perfection. Every time there was a big contest, they had 2 or 3 in the bank that they could use. They always wanted to pair and support ultimate, right? Like Orbital Ray when the Earth Shatter came down to protect the team. The Rhine games from Multikel. Being able to bait out the Shatter, block it up, send out one of their own. I did kind of like the combination of the Blizzard into the Shatter, just kind of lock them up and smack them down. maybe an embarrassment of riches there for the side of Post, but one well-deserved to kind of finish that fight out, take the steam out of the sails, or the wind out of the sails, rather, of the Sharks. Crystal back on their tried and true Symmetra. This could just be for the quick start, though. You don't typically see that on King's Row, so they might be sticking on it, knowing that Insomniac will play the Reinhardt. You can get a ton of charge off that shield. We're going to take a little bit of a look from Speedy Rogue's perspective, and a teleport immediately onto the point. He splatters folks in purple once again, just like Michelangelo, just painting people out here is Speedy Rogue. But Moridin falls in the wake of the onslaught, and Rodent claims one with their torpedoes. Crystal was not wary to the danger, but a couple ticks already taken. The spawn advantage coming in heavy here. Excuse me, we'll put back to Multi-Kel, and they get a double kill. What do we expect? Nothing less from this tank player, my goodness. Multi-Kel not giving up an inch of space for free, and it's more Ilden is able to finish off the Ronet. Puts him right in the trap. Oh, I thought the charge was going to be clean, but here the hammer swings are. Multi-Kel knows exactly where every health pack is on this map. They've been playing it for years. The charge as well in a tight alleyway. It was bowling pins. He rolled them up and knocked them down. Snowy Dragoon running for their lives, slides right out of there. But the upfront hold here from Post, a little bit criminal. They're going to just keep the Sharks at bay as best they can, because they know they only have to get about halfway through the streets phase, maybe even, I don't know, 45%. And they know if this forward hold with one member on the cart, they can do it. The Shatter in hand, just to buy a little bit of extra time. Rodent immediately gobbled up there. Oh, the Shatter, diabolical, and there's nothing that the Sharks could do. Post, take map number 2. A really good heads-up play, recognizing the advantage here for Post, knowing when they can use their ultimates, knowing that they had the Shatter online to keep those extra seconds, and this is an incredible piece of play from Multi-Kel. Holy. Squished. Fantastically done from the Eagles. Some bright spots there from the Sharks as well. Insomniac looking fairly clean. It's just hard to stay alive there sometimes on the Reinhardt. You try to get the the perks, right? You go for the shield bump. You go for the one where you keep your shield up and it heals you, but then do you have the time to do it? A lot of folks, do go for the shield bump just because the amount of time it takes to start that healing up. We'll see. It will be a push map here as our third map. Remember, folks, this is a first to 3, best of 5, however you want to slice it. Post is currently 2 up in the series. Let's see if any substitutes come through. Frosty, the captain of the squad, maybe directing there from the spectator's box. Interesting to see. I mean, push, another good spot for Ryan, and it seems like we'll be taking Ryan all the way home here in this series. Whether you go on New Queen Street or Coliseo. Esperanza as well. Chad, I want to hear ya. It's been Odium, if you've been quiet, my friend. I want to see you in the chat. Got to cheer on these birds. Bobby the Great as well. We appreciate you coming up. And Slap Pizza. I want to know what kind of toppings you like. What are your favorites? Is it pepperoni? Is it mushroom? Do you like pineapple? The people need to know. Mountain Drew. We got to see what, maybe if we ever get an interview at some point, we see what his favorite drink is. Is it Code Red? Is it Baja Blast? Baja Blast is my favorite. Looks like a few folks will be subbed out here for the Sharks. Looks like Die for Games will be their new tank player. And Beans out for Potato. Just switching one food for another. A legume for a starch. Let's see if Potato can be a little bit more hardy there in the back line to keep the tank alive. Rodent, though, will still be scurrying there on the Moira, to and fro. Post U doesn't look like they'll be making any changes anytime soon. Sticking with what they got. It's been working for them. Chad, I want to know, do you think the Eagles can push it all the way home? Do you think they can get this push map to completion? Will it go, will they win it and not go to completion? Or do you think it could be the restart of a reverse sweep here for the Long Island Sharks? You never know. Sometimes the substitutes can make the difference. They might, take a spot from the bench, notice where some of the cracks are on the opposition, then be able to communicate them. Push maps are often where the reverse sweeps start because the momentum. You win this map. It's a tug of war. Really pushing back and forth literally for the entire 10 minutes. When you squeak out that win, the other team might be so exhausted, demoralized, you can get to the other side and crank out another one and then go from there. Frosty is calling for the ready. Always sometimes a little bit of a pause as folks get situated in their seats rather, but also there's not really like timeouts unless you do like a sneaky pause and pretend you're disconnected or something like that. But sometimes in between these maps, that's your time where you can kind of figure out, okay, what did we do? What happened here? How do we move forward? I'm seeing like a true dive composition, something out of the books of the OWCS here. Multikel, I would like to see the Wrecking Ball, one of my favorite tanks in the game other than Winston. Combing that with the Fair and the Tracer, the other team will never know which way to look. The best part, yes, it's a dive comp, but it's also about disruption. The point of that composition is to scramble the communications of the opposite team. Do we look up? Do we look to the left? Do we look down? Do we look to the side? Wherever the danger is coming from, right? Fair is up above, then Wrecking Ball can slam, then Tracer's buzzing you from the side. It's that scrambling technique, but right now, Multikel on the Junker Queen. Junker Queen, a lot of folks are saying is quote-unquote broken at the moment. If she gets her Tier 3 passive online that allows the Carnage to get 100% life steal on impact, as well as the Battle Shout that allows her to increase her reload. That's really good sustain for the Queen. More Eden on the Venture. I've been playing a lot of Venture myself recently. A lot of fun that character is. And immediately the combination, the dagger into the burrow. My goodness. A coordinated effort there from the Eagles, and they find their prey. Open up the kill feed here. And Potato, welcome to the game, my friend. Didn't even know what hit him there. Reedon kidnapping Snowy Dragoon there on the left-hand side. Got a little bit of help there from Crystal. The Sojourn battle commencing, and it's Multikel picking the other team apart, leaving the tank for last. The Carnage comes through. They're just going to stagger him as much as they can. Yes, Mountain Drew goes down, but the res easy and speedy from the Rogue. And the push will commence here for Post Eagles. Moreeden. Who will they gobble up this time? Be interesting if they fight in this tiny room. I mean, the burrow would get some value, right? The Pharah, maybe not so much. Damn, 2 torpedoes to the face, and the Pharah has to back out of that one. Good aim there from Moreeden. But still, the cart keeps pushing. The push bot hasn't stopped for even an instant. No bathroom breaks on this trip. And to the checkpoint, the Eagles go. The butt scratch, I believe, almost at commencement. There it is, the revive quickly in from Speedy. They have to sacrifice their life for it. Maybe not the best trade in the world at this moment. Now picked apart. Die Games has something to say. Some revenge for his teammates' last 2 games. And there they go. They turn it around and stabilize here are the Sharks. The forward spawns. They got him there. They got everybody out of him, so that's good. Potato, oh, almost got mashed, but takes out Speedy Rogue on the opposite end. That's a bulk of the healing gone. Mountain Drew is going to be doing their damnedest. Into the backline quickly goes Moreeden. He's going to be jumping up and jumping away, trying to find Potato. Another torpedo could do it. No, a yoink from the sky. Multi-Kel, though. A Rampage connects onto 4. There's nothing that they can do. No cleanses in this game. Potato just has to sacrifice himself. Goes into the boiler. Snowy Dragoon trying to stand and fight as much as they can, but time is just being ticked off the clock. Multi-Kel just all over this map. Getting the perk online here. There's that battle shout we were talking about. Automatically reloads scattergun and increases the reload speed as well. That's a huge perk for the Queen. Moreeden has the tectonic shock. There's a good Transcendence, though, as well as the Valkyrie. Both supports alts used. Maybe a little too much here in this fight, but there it is. The triple kill. Moreeden coming in off the off angle and cleaning them up. Every ultimate in the treasure trove for the Eagles used there. But it cracked open the defense of the Sharks. Made their way into their home and ransacked it. But we do have 4 ultimates for the side of Long Island. The barrage, they're going to have to keep their eyes in the sky. Might be that job of Crystal to take him down, but it is Drew who gets a snipe into the backline, takes down the rodent. Couldn't scurry away fast enough that time. There's the justice being rained from above, but Crystal taken out, but Moreeden able to get the revenge for his counterpart. The Tree of Life pestered onto the point, growing quickly. The overclock expended as well. Oh, excuse me. Moreeden, the last one on the point, trying to take one with him. Can't do it, but my goodness. The Sharks expending almost everything there to break out of the spawn room doors. There it is, Odium. That's what I want to see. The muscles, the Eagles flying high tonight. Post Esports 2, that was our, I believe, a Smash Brothers game we had going on. Looks like that one ended early. Thank you for joining us. Any members for that match? Multi-Kel has the Rampage online again. But it's Crystal, though, with the tack visor, able to claim 2. Spin just putting themselves on a platter with the Lotus Petal. Eagles, they want to escort this robot all the way home. They're not content just leaving it in the neutral, knowing that they have a sizable lead. 2 ultimates in the bank here for them. You know, Moreeden, he can get a lot of ultimate charge quickly. Just putting in a ton of damage. There's that commanding shout. Multi-Kel just waiting for that tier 3 perk to come online, and there it is. That Carnage swing, and immediately the Jagged Blade slices through Die Games. Back to the graveyard he goes. And another snipe of the Jagged Blade. They are comboing that ability to perfection. Mountain Drew showing why Zenyatta, the glass cannon, can be so effective in some compositions. No divers here for the side of the Sharks. Can't get to that monk. Die Games just dying, running into the back line there. There's the Transcendence as well to keep the team alive. The Tectonic Shock expended here from Moridin. He finds 2. So much value being consumed, and there it is, the Drill Dash to keep a touch from going. Post U, they bring it all the way home and clean this one up, 0-3. Yeah, there is no doubt in my mind this is going to be the triple kill. Yeah, when everyone was facing the wrong way, boom, pop, squish. Exactly what they want to do, and takes out the alting Ramatra as well. A fantastic job from the DPS player of the Eagles. They move themselves up to 6-1 in their division. They are going to be firmly in control. They take this one easy, 3-0. All right, bringing it back to me. It took me a couple buttons. I got my hotkeys ready, but maybe I'm not so hot with them just yet. Folks, it's been HD Philly B on the mic here with you this evening for a fantastic match between our Eagles and the Long Island Rivals. Wow. Fantastic job from our birds in the sky. They'll be looking to ride that momentum into the playoffs next week. But I've got some announcements for you. We have plenty of esports action all week long. I know it's Thursday, but Friday we got Marvel Rivals. And then next week, we've got Smash. We've got the sports titles like Madden and 2K and the like. You know what it is here on Post U Esports. HD Philly B, until next time, we'll see ya. Oh. Yee.